That was just my humble opinion, right?
Oh
So
no,
I've got somebody backstage, and Cassie is coming up as a guest. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes, Cassie, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you up and welcome. How are you today?
Hi, it's Casey, actually.
Oh, Casey. Okay, sorry, honey.
No,
What
it's okay.
you
Hi,
what you got
Jessica.
for us?
this is actually my best friend.
Oh, nice. Hey, welcome, bestie.
Hi. Okay, so I don't know if it's more of a question or maybe I just need something clarified for me. I'm just as deep into this as Jessica. We talk about it literally all day. Um, so I was came across a video and it's of the responding officer, the very first one. So he pulls onto I don't know if they pull onto Queen and then it turns into King or whatever, but they turns onto the street. He goes in, he comes back out. When he comes back out, Bethany is parking her car and she's getting out of her car with a friend. If she is supposedly there all night, he passes the car on the street. When he walks out of his car for the first time, you can see it at the other end of the corner. It comes back and parks behind him and she gets out. If she's there all night, where is she coming from with a whole nother person in her car?
Yeah.
Yep. I noticed that in the interrogations too. And when she walks up, like literally, first of all, they was all wrapped in blankets, covering their hands, arms, everything, and in fucking shorts. So that's so weird to me. I always point that out, but that's why in my theory, I really do think that when Bethany texted Dylan and said, just come down here, I think, I mean, she was at the other house down the street. So that's what's weird, man, because if you watch her interrogation too, it's like she didn't know anything about anything. She cried really hard in the first 5 minutes, boo-hoo, but who was she with and why weren't they investigated? And I almost wonder, did the killer have Dylan's phone? Because they texted Jack, come get your vape. They texted Bethany. Were they trying to lure more people there to kill them too? I don't know.
Oh, gosh, you've got some great points, though. I mean, I believe that when we see Bethany pull up, she parks. I think this is probably what you're talking about. And, the insight that you have about this case has been spot on. So, yeah, she does pull up. She pulls up right here. She gets out of the car. Now, I think and this is just my humble opinion, this plate has a 1A plate. So it's somebody who lives in Boise. Yeah. It's someone who lives in Boise because 1A is Ada County. I used to live in Canyon County, which is the next county over. And just like a few years ago, they started just giving anybody, either a 1C or a 1A plate where I was from. And I do have a feeling, and I said this the other day, that perhaps they weren't there and this was found out and they said everybody needs to get back here.
Yeah, because
and they started calling people. Yeah.
It's like they called
I mean,
and then they called her. Or
if she was close to this 1122 over at the Whites or over at someone else's house, why would she need a car?
Right.
Yeah, where was she driving from? I mean, if you were at home and you just found out that all of your roommates have been freaking slayed, I mean, you know what I mean? Like where, but that's what I wonder, man, because at first I was like, man, Dylan's freaking weird. But then when you think about it, like unless she was for sure 100% tied into whoever did this and knew it was going to happen, I wouldn't put it past the killer or whoever was doing this to be texting from her phone because I mean, Kaylee, Jack, come get your vape. That's what I think they were trying to set him up. But also in Jack D's interrogation, they were asking like it was one of the Jacks, either Jack S or Jack D. They said they went to Boise. So maybe do we know exactly what either of the Jacks were driving? It's just really weird, man, because she does pull up. And this whole time, I've always felt Like maybe Dylan was in there, but like I said, dude, I wouldn't put it past whoever this was to walk in the house, shoot them up while they all are asleep. And because at first I was like, no, but I mean, what if Dylan got a drink ball? I mean, I've been roofied before, so I know. So that's why my brain goes back to like, well, maybe she did just get fucked over in this and pulled in, because I think the same thing happened to Molly, the DoorDash driver, if we're being honest.
I just don't know if she
Mhm.